All right, all praise to the Most High, Yahweh by Shem, Yahweh Shai by Shem, peace to the hope and elect of Israel. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and brethren, a great millstone, teaching the truth all around the earth and all like-minded brothers, all right? Today is not a bad day, okay? Had to let my little friend here, Isahac, cutting the grass here in this park, well, on this corner of the campus. Give him a little bit of time to finish up his work. All right, but in any event, sun is out today, kind of cloudy, but at least it's about 65, 66 degrees, so nothing to complain about, right? Let's see. Earlier this week, right, we got the decree from the apostles about being in compliance with state laws. You go out and prophesy on the street and what have you. Your state requires you to have a mask or gloves or whatever the case may be, 6 feet, a distance between you and the next person, so on and so forth. We comply with the laws of this stinking land, okay? We'll do that, you know, because it's the right thing to do, right? Okay, so the state of Missouri, as far as I know, we don't have to wear any gloves or masks, whether we go into a store, unless they post it and ask you, you know, like some banks might ask you to do that. But to be out here in public, they don't require that. Not at this time anyway, okay? So we're looking at what? The same conditions as we have been in since what, a month ago, right? And we living in these treacherous times, as the scripture call them, perilous times, though it is the beginning of those signs, right? The beginning of those sorrows. I got some scriptures lined up. Lord willing, we'll get through all of them. And hopefully this will be an edifying lesson. And someone will learn something from it, you know. What I hope that you learn is repent. If you're an Israelite, okay? If you're an Israelite, repent, come back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High God, man. You know, and our Father's name is Yahweh, right? And His Son's name is Yahweh Shai, okay? Not Jesus. You know, that's been drilled into our head. It's been programmed into us, you know. But now, during this day and time, man, it's a tumultuous time, but it's a great time to be alive, right? To see this thing starting to pop off the way we want it to, right? Because then we know that our kingdom is near, and this wicked kingdom is on its way out, okay? And those who are running it, you know, as they ride around and enjoy their life and drive around doing whatever they want to do, okay? Matter of fact, I didn't really have no starting place, but I'll start there, okay? And as some of the people say, as some of the brothers say, we got next, right? Let's see. If I didn't say it, shalom to everybody, okay? All praises be unto our power, Yahweh, by Shem, Yahweh Shai, by Shem, Dash. All right? Okay, this is going to be 2nd Esdras, okay, chapter 6. Now I start at verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the pardon asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, with Jacob and Esau were firstborn of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. Verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right, and that's what we're waiting on right now, okay? We're waiting on that. Okay? Because these wicked devils are still in charge right now. We still got to do what they say concerning their laws, right? their policies that they set up from state to state at this particular point in time, right? Let's see what else I'm gonna get here. That basically, you know, our time is right on the cusp, man. We right there at the door. This is gonna be 2nd Esdras, chapter 3. Okay, and I'm gonna start, just read a couple verses here. Chapter 3, you can go back and read chapter 3, but I'm gonna start at verse 13. Now when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them whose name was Abraham. Him thou lovest, and unto him only thou showest thy will. Okay, let's read that again. Now when they lived so wickedly before thee, thou didst choose thee a man from among them, right? Talking about even the wicked nation of Israel. All right, whose name was Abraham. Him thou lovest. Nobody else, right? And unto him only thou showest thy will. Right. So the Father, Yahweh, showed our forefather, Abraham, his will. Okay? Verse 15. And made it an everlasting covenant with him, promising him that thou wouldest never forsake his seed. And we are that seed. Okay? Verse 16, and unto him thou givest Isaac, and unto Isaac also thou givest Jacob and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee, and put by Esau. And so Jacob became a great multitude. We stop right there. So Esau was put by, right? No good, no bueno. Okay? No bueno. He's no good. All right? So we think about these things now, okay, because of the time in which we're living. It's a beautiful time, okay? In fact, let me go on. Man, the doggone wind messed my book up. Salakia, y'all. So I turn all my pages and bin all my pages up. We're gonna start. Let's just go over to I thought he was coming back over here. I know he had to finish it. We're looking at these times, right? And it was prophesied in the scriptures. We go from Daniel, you know, into the Gospels and read it, right? So let's look at, start in Jeremiah, all right? Jeremiah 30. The word came to Jeremiah from the Lord, Yahweh, saying, thus speaketh the Lord, power of Israel, all right? He's the Lord power of Israel, saying, write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book, right? So not just the book of Jeremiah, right? Not just the Old Testament, not just the New Testament, not just the Apocrypha, if you can find your 1611 Bible that has it in it, or if not, do like I did, right? Go get you one. Okay? But it says the entire book. Okay? The book. All right? It says, for lo, the days come, saith the Lord power, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah, saith the Lord power, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. And these are the words that the Lord Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. Concerning who? And these are the words that the Lord Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. Right. Both kingdoms. Okay? Verse 5, for thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling of fear and not of peace. Ask ye now and seek whether a man doeth travail like a child, Salakia, travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right. It is the time of Jacob's trouble. Where we are at that point in Jacob's trouble, we don't know, right? We see these things, but a lot of this wickedness that we see now, there was wickedness going on hundreds of years before now, okay? So this is not necessarily a starting point, but it is fulfillment of the prophecy in which things are starting to speed up. They're starting to ramp up, okay? They're starting to ramp up. All right? Let me see if that's all I wanted to get to. But now what you got are folks getting scared now. See? And that's like I say, you know, we don't know, because trouble has always been with the men of the Lord, with true believers, people of the faith, right? Because you read about Paul and the things that Paul went through, and all the apostles and all the teachers and all the elders from back then, Timothy and James and so on, they went through hell. So trouble was always a part of our ministry, or the ministry. And now we're starting to see more of these prophecies kick off, man. You know, Lord willing, that makes sense to somebody. The point I'm trying to get across. Okay. So I'll read verse 7 again. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right. Now, let's go over to, matter of fact, let's go over to Matthew 24, right? And let's look at Matthew 24 as we do, because everything is jumping off now, right? Everything's jumping off. So let's just go down to verse 4. I start at verse 4. And it says, this is Yahushua speaking, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. Salakia. Verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, right? Even though these are troubles and they're coming to pass, the end is not yet, because we've had what? Wars for hundreds of years now. You know, Spanish-American War, you know, Revolutionary War, you know, World War I, World War II, right? And we still got World War III yet to go. So, though we're excited about this time, this is not the end yet, okay? Let's go down to verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. Right. So we got that now. Who? You got all of these wicked ass pastors in these churches, right? The mega churches the evangelist on television, which I don't even see why anybody would even watch that anymore. But in any event, Kenneth Copeland, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Joyce Myers, Jesse Duplantis, who am I missing? Joel Osteen, and the whole like, Paula White, the whole like of them, right? They come from the same tree, okay? Wicked. These are the false prophets of our day, right now, okay? And many, many others, even at the local level, okay? Your local churches, if your churches, if you're watching this, let me say this, if you're watching this and you still consider yourself a Christian, you got some serious soul searching to do. Seriously, okay? Let me go on. I don't want to get bogged down right there, all right? These pastors, they ain't doing nothing but stealing your money. That devil already said, you go out there on YouTube, you can find it. You better get your tithe there. Now, they tell you in the Christian church, you're not under the law, you're under grace. But when it comes to that money, they want that tithe, don't they? Right? Hypocrites. Okay? Let me go on here. Verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Now why? Now there they go. They'll say, well, see, anybody can get in on this because it says right there, preach to all the nations. No, that's not why. Right? That's not why. Freaking a-hole. It's because the Israelites are scattered in every nation. That's why it has to go to every nation. Okay? Then shall the end come. Right? Verse 15. Then ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place. Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let them which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of the house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for then shall be great tribulation, which Salakia, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. I'm gonna stop right there for a quick second. Let me see if I can, Salakia, go over to, see if I can hold that. Go over to Daniel. See if that's what I wanted. Yeah, let me go over to Daniel 7. Salakia. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Let's go into Daniel 7, and I'll just start at 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, which is what? The chariots, right? And came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, languages shall serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. I came near unto one of them that stood by and asked him the truth of all this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of the things. These great beasts, which are four kings which shall rise out of the earth, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and even forever and ever. Right? And let's go on just a little bit further. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceedingly dreadful, whose teeth were of iron and his nails of brass, which devoured, break in pieces and stamped the residue with his feet, and of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes and a mouth that spake very great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them, until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Right, that's our kingdom that's going to come. All these other nations throughout time fell, you know, France, Spain, and the like were the 3. I can't think of the third one right now. Britain or England, and we sprang up out of those 3, right? And we're the ones with the most. Well, not we, but this place is Babylon the Great that sprung up. Okay, in that. Okay, I'll read it again, verse 20. And of the 10 horns that were in the head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell. Right, that's those three nations of France. I believe it was Britain, France, Britain, and Spain, and then you had America shoot up out of that. Okay, and here these are the most wicked people who make all the most wicked policies that go around the earth enforcing it. Okay, for lack of a better way of saying it. Okay, but the point being that, as I read in Esdras, we're waiting on their kingdom to fall and for us to come up, right? For our kingdom to come, okay? Which is the last part of verse 21. Verse 21, I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them, okay? What? In verse 22, until the Ancient of Days, which is the Most High Yahweh, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. So we're going to get our kingdom, okay? As it says in Esdras, as it says right here in chapter 7 of Daniel, okay? Now going back over to Matthew 24, and let me see where I was here. I think I was at verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world of this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. That if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Hamashiach, or there, believe it not. Right. But the point being that the Lord has shortened the days for his elect, so that even we won't be deceived, you know, and those are the days that are to come, okay? All right? This place is going down. There's no 2 ways about that. How much longer? Really don't know. We really don't know. I hope it ends quickly. Okay? But the kingdom is our heritage, man. That's ours to have. Okay? And it's been promised to us all throughout the scripture that the kingdom is for Israel and no other nation. Salaki, let me take a quick drink. actually starting to warm up out here. And you see, we have to sometimes, keep in mind that this book is going throughout time. We may flip the page and it looks like, right, it should be just as quick as we read it that these things happen. But this is over a long span of time, right, that all of these things have taken place, prophecies have been fulfilled, but yet there are some that still need to be fulfilled. Mark of the Beast, World War III, okay? The RFID chip being mandatory, right? Those being martyred, those being put into prison. All this stuff is yet to happen. So we have to keep that in mind when we read in the scriptures, okay? That not everything is just not happening as we read it, okay? So we look at this day and time, right? And we judge it by our standards today, okay? But this place been wicked for a very long time. They've gone throughout the earth, robbing, stealing, murdering, okay? Doing whatever they can to capture everything that is wealth or riches in the earth. They've been doing it for a long, long time, okay? They have iniquity piled up to the heavens, man, okay? And so all of this stuff is just not just now happening, okay? When you think about it, from 2,000 years ago, when Yahushua was on the scene, look how much wickedness happened on this earth. Look how much went on, man. Go back and research some of these people that they find in history. Nero, Constantine, and the like of these people, man. Think about what they did to our forefathers and our, brothers and sisters from way back when. Not just, the 500 years or so, or whatever it is that we've been over here on this side, but think about all of that stuff that happened before that, right? This place been wicked for a long time. Oh, you know what? When it talks about, because things, even though they change, they stay the same. Wickedness just gets deeper. They just get, they don't get less wicked or they didn't, and they won't get less wicked as time goes on. They're gonna get more wicked, right? Let's look at Daniel 12, right? This is Daniel 12. I'm gonna start at I'll just start at verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. We just read that in Matthew 24, right? Okay? And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. What? The book of life, right? Verse 2, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt, right? Those who stay under the spell, if you will, in the dust of confusion, okay? Verse 3, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. Verse 4, but thou, O Daniel, shut up, Salakia, shut up the words and seal the book even to the time of the end, right? Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. So over these years, back then, even in our Savior's day, They weren't flying any airplanes. There was no helicopters. There was no cars, right? All the modern day technology. There was no street lights, right? No running water inside apartments or houses. No electricity, right? All of these things came over time. Salaki. Right? But this place became more and more wicked because you got to pay a water bill, you got to pay an electric bill, you got to pay a gas bill, you got to pay to throw your trash out, you got to pay a trash bill, right? All these different unrighteous decrees and usury, right? Making money off of you, paying taxes. Well, they paid taxes back in Yahushua's day, right? All the way up until now. Nothing but pure wickedness, right? So these times here, you know, have been in existence for a while. They just got more and more wicked. Every, I don't know how many years, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, 75 years, they just became more and more wicked, right? This place got to go. It has to. And we can't wait for it to go down, right? But over the years, they developed all kind of things, all kind of, you know, different sciences on the left-hand side, right? Trying to go to the moon. You know, they spraying chemtrails in the sky, right? Making people sick. GMO foods. Put lead, fluoride, all in the water. Put fluoride in what? Your toothpaste, right? All kind of madness. That's what this man does. Esau, Edom, so-called white man, right? Doing nothing but pure wickedness. Now what? You got FEMA camps, you got LBGQTI, Elemental P, whatever the frick they call themselves. Now you got that madness. Men marrying men, women marrying women, people marrying dogs, whatever the case may be, right? This place is filled with pollution. As the scriptures say, you know, paraphrasing it, we're gonna eat our bread defiled in this place. Everything is defiled. The meat, the bread, the vegetables, the ground don't have no nutrition in it, right? They poisoned the ground, right? This place can't go on much longer, and it shouldn't. You know, according to the Lord, I mean, this is no paradise. I had a freaking Edomite tell me the other day while I was doing my job, right? Everybody's sitting at home. He sees me. Oh, how you doing? Yeah, I'm like, I'm all right. Oh, another beautiful day in paradise. I said, not for long. You see? But he didn't know what I'm talking about. You know, but that's how they look at it. You know, those of us who are still working, you go out there, you know, they see you, you know, it's like, oh, that poor bastard, he still got to work. While they sitting at home, right? They waiting on what? Stimulus checks to kick in, right? So they can go out here and buy up everything, which happened this weekend, right? Everybody, not everybody, but mostly everybody that had direct deposit by now should have got that money or whatever the case may be. And those who don't have, I forget what they say, checking accounts or whatever, you know, will get paper checks in the mail this week. So they say. But in any event, they proud, right? These are proud people, man. They're proud people. And the Lord is going to destroy them. All right, I've done enough rambling. Let me read on here. We'll go to, and see, they out in the street because it's a nice day. You know, we don't have any rain scheduled today, and it drizzled a little bit this morning, but it's warm today, and the sun is out, obviously. So it's supposed to be a stay-at-home order, but yet and still, they're all up and down frolicking, you know, frolicking in the streets. You know, they're in the store, they out here riding their bikes, you know, they on scooters, they riding their golf carts, you know, They think their kingdom is going to go on. All right, let me get back in here. Slakia for my rambling, you know. Let's look at, you know what? Let's look at Micah. Micah chapter 4. And let's see. I'm going to start at verse 6, okay? Micah chapter 4, verse 6. In that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, will I assemble her that halteth, and I will gather her that is driven out, and her that I have afflicted. And I will make her that halted a remnant, and her that was cast far off a strong nation. And the Lord Yahweh shall reign over them in Mount Zion, from henceforth even forever. And thou, O tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion. The kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem. Now, why doest thou cry out aloud? Is there no king in thee? Is thy counselor of Paris? For pains have taken thee as a woman in travail. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. There the Lord Yahweh shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies. Okay? I'll just read verse 11. Now also many nations are gathered against thee, that say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion. Right? But the Lord, the point is, the Lord is going to deliver us. Right? He's going to deliver us from this wicked place. You know, we have to keep that in mind, man. You know, we go through every day looking for the end, man. You know, I do. I just want to get out of here. You know, I want to get out of here with my soul intact. You know, getting back to Matthew 24, saying that the Lord had shortened those days, you see, so that we wouldn't be, you know, even tempted to do something wrong. You know, even tempted to lose our faith in these hard times that are to come. Okay, such as, you know, the RFID chip. Okay, which, Slacky, you know, they're going to try to coax you into this thing, particularly with this COVID-19 nonsense. Like we've been discussing, whatever it is, be it real or imagined, the Most High is using that, okay? But these wicked people they've devised a plan, and their plan is to chip everybody. That's their plan, okay? And we have to think, how about Shem Yahushua, man, that it's already programmed that He's gonna shorten the days, man, that we can get out of here, man, that we won't fall into that temptation, you know, because there's gonna be some hard times, man, and some hard decisions have to be made, you know, by people, you know, whether you want to eat or whether you want to starve to death. What kind of choice do you have, right? Like, is that a choice? Do you want to eat or do you want to starve? Do you want us to throw you in the camp, or do you want us to chop your head off? Do you want to take this mark? Do you want this chip so you can eat, be with your family? Or would you rather be thrown in prison and have an execution date, right? We're praying that the Lord should show up, man, and rescue us, you know, before we have to even be given, you know, a decision to make. You know, I mean, we know right now we say, Lord willing, you know, we know, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking no chip. There's many that are saying that they won't, though they, you know, some say that they realize that they Israelites. But some of them, man, the temptation gonna be too great for them, you know. It's gonna be too great for them, man. They're not gonna be built up in the spirit to endure it, you know. But those of us who pray that we are the hopeful elect, the Lord will give us strength, man, you know, so that we don't succumb to that, man. You know, he'll keep us strong to where we say, hey, man, do what you got to do and get it over with, you know, because I'm not going to do that. I'm not, you know, not going to take no shit. So do what you got to do, man. Whether they put you in a front of a firing squad or stick your neck through a freaking hole with a blade over top of you, right? Or put you in the gas chamber, right? Like Denzel said in Training Day, you going to pine oil heaven, right? You know what the gas chamber smells like? You know? I mean, we don't know. We don't know. So, you know, you kind of, we don't know, but you know, we look at that and we say, hey, that's a real possibility. You know, that something like that could happen. Gird up your loins, right? Gird up your loins. Got to. Get ready for it. Because we hoping we don't have to go through nothing like that, but nonetheless, the Spirit is going to prepare us, is my point. Okay? The Spirit of the Lord is going to prepare us. Okay? Let me see what else I wanted to get on that. You know? Because these people are evil and wicked, man, and they were made to be such. Okay? It's no mistake. They didn't just... These people didn't come here, right, and were good, let's say, as people, as common folk would like to say. Well, he's a good person, or she's a bad person. No. These people didn't come here with any good in them. Okay, so they was always wicked and evil. Okay? So they didn't turn bad. They didn't turn evil. That's what they are. All right? So... with that, let me move on, right? Because the scriptures speak explicitly about that man, right? That man, okay? Let me go to, let me see here. I don't know where I want to go next. Hold on, Salaki. Let me see. Let's take a look at, let's go over to Revelation 13, right? And I'm trying to see where I want to go here. Just pull out a little bit on it. Right. You know, because the main thing is, we have to be aware of the deception of what they're trying to create, right? First, they're gonna try to coax you into that vaccination, and then they're gonna make like it's no big deal. They're gonna use these doggone wicked Jake celebrities to convince you all out there, these athletes, these entertainers, movie stars. Oh, it's no big deal. You know, in order for us to protect society, we're gonna have to get this vaccination, you know? And they're gonna show them lining up to get it, and see, it's just as simple as that. And see, and Jake, you know, you follow these celebrities. You believe everything they put in front of you, you know, on the television, or in the movie, or in the magazine that you read, if you still read the magazines, right? You believe everything that Oprah tell you. Man, Oprah's a damn witch. All right, let me go on here. I'm gonna start at verse 11. This is Revelation 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and it had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Right. That's the Roman Empire, which you are still in and a part of. Right? Because it fell, way back in, let's say 1100, maybe even earlier than that. Let me see here, Slocky. Because I think you had, I can't remember all the numbers. You had who they called the Moors back then, who were Israelites, ruled for like 600-700 years, and then the Roman Empire came back after the Dark Ages, you know, back in, I don't know, the late 1200s, early 1300s, somewhere in there like that. And they've been in power ever since, you know. So that's the beast that took the head wound, okay, and came back to life, okay. Verse 13, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image of the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man. Not a man, as in one singular man, but as a man and as in a house of a people. Okay? All right. Finishing on verse 18, and his number is 666. We know that a score is 20. Okay, 20 times 3 is 60. So you got 666. All right? But that's what's coming down the line. And what's funny now, you got people who laugh, they scoff, they mock, right? They ain't doing so much of this shit now because they see that something is going on, something is happening. They don't understand it. Well, you've been told, you've been warned, right? They've been told and warned. They've been warned, you know, that this thing was going to happen, you know, and it's not something new, man. They didn't just develop it, you know, over the last 3 years. They've been had the technology to do that. You know, they used to chip, they chipped animals, dogs, you know, 20 years ago, right? They chipped cattle. You see what I'm saying? So we got to keep in mind, man, these people, man, they wicked. But that's the result. That's the end result that they want. That way they can monitor you, okay? Monitor where you are, what you're doing, okay? They're going to put, I can remember going even some years back, and the Spirit, you know, gave that to me while I was there, yet at my doctor's office, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, when they start merging medical records, man, on one computer. Like, they could come in, if you signed a release, they could come in and say, let's say if you go to one hospital across town and your doctor works for another hospital, they can merge the 2 medical records on your consent, right? If you sign a release, and that way they can see everything. That you go to one foot doctor over here, and then you go to ear, nose, and throat doctor, they can merge all of your medical together now without even, you know, they can see every doctor that you go see. They can pull it right up, you know. And they asked me if I wanted to do that. I said no. No, I'm not giving you permission to see my medical records from another doctor. You know, if I go see another doctor for whatever the reason, you know, get my vision tested or whatever the case may be, right? But that's where all of this is leading, you know. You can, and it's been that way for a while. You can belong to one credit union. Belonging to one credit union is like belonging to all of them now, right? You can transfer funds from one bank right into another. If you got a banking account or a checking account at 2 or 3 different banks, you can go right in there and put your account number in and transfer money to anyone you want. You know, they didn't always used to have that, you know. Let's see, what else can we get? You know, I was laying down, well, I was asleep actually, Friday morning. I think it was Friday morning, you know, and the Spirit woke me up, you know, at about 2:30 in the morning before I had to get up and go to work, and told me, you know, to write this stuff down, and that's why I got it with me. You know, Spirit gave me, you know, things to talk about, you know. So I mean, you know, that's how I got to do, you know, this particular lesson, you know, which I'm grateful and I'm thankful that the Lord woke me up to give me something, you know, because, you know, it's funny because, and I don't know if I doubt if it's an age thing, it's just that when you get woken up by the Spirit in the middle of the night, the Spirit speaks to you and tell you, man, you know, this is what I want you to preach on, this is what I want you to teach on, go to this, you see? And if you don't write it down and you go back to sleep, you're gonna forget it. At least for me, it's like I gotta get up and write it down because I won't remember it if I go back to sleep. I don't think it's an age thing, I just think that's just the way it is, you know. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. It may be an age thing, I don't know, but I don't trust myself anymore to remember, you know, because I've tried to do that before. Oh shit, what was I supposed to write down? You know, it's like, what was that scripture again? You know, and then now I'm fumbling, I'm looking crazy because I can't remember what I was supposed to write down, you know. And you just pray, oh Lord, you know, give me back the lesson that you wanted me to do, you know. And that's and the good thing behind that though, if there is a good thing, and it is that you could go on any of these brothers' pages and you'll see some lessons and it might trigger it and it might come back to you, you know. So I find myself doing that a lot, and I found myself doing it a lot, and now it's like, now whenever something comes to me in the middle of the night and I wake up, you know, I make sure that I get up, I got pen and paper or pencil by my bed on my nightstand, make sure I write it down so I don't forget it, you know, and write down the scriptures or write down the topic for the lesson or discussion, you know. So anyway, that's how I got on this topic, you know, to write this, to bring this lesson out. So I had to write it all down, you know, before I came out, and that was Friday morning. So I was like, I got it wrote down, I won't forget it now, you see. But yeah, the kingdom is ours. This kingdom is fallen, it's done, it's over with, okay? Read plenty enough scriptures to back it up, to back up the promises, right? That the Lord said that he will deliver us, right? That these things must happen, the things that we see now, some of the things that's going on, you know, we can figure that it's gonna get worse, you know, before it gets better for us. You know, we're gonna have to endure, as the scripture says, we have to endure unto the end. Did I read that? I think that, I don't know if I went that far with that. Let me see. That's a good closing scripture because we are coming up on an hour. And of course, you know, I don't know how long my phone will last because it seems to have a mind of its own. Okay? Yeah. So I'll go ahead and prepare to close, you know, this camp video, okay? Well, no souls that came out and came by, you know. They too busy frolicking, you know, doing whatever they do. But that's okay, right? Because we speak the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai into the air, okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, all right? So let me go back. I'll just start at, I'll start back at verse 4 in Matthew 24, and then we'll read down to 13, and that'll be it. That'll be the closing scripture, okay? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. All right? And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow, right? Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And this is the point, and this is the closing scripture right here, verse 13. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved, right? So he shortened the days for us, for the elect. Lord willing, we are of that number, okay? But we must endure until that time, right? So that's going to do it for the lesson while I'm out here. It done quieted down. I guess the words of the Lord done ran these folks out of here. They all ride by me looking at me like I'm crazy, but who gives a damn? I'm not thinking about it. When that word started coming out, man, they put that heat on that ass, and they got to run. They got to get up on out of here. See? But they don't want to hear it. They do not want to hear it. So with that, brothers and sisters, I guess what I'll do is close the lesson right here. All right? I'm going to say all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakar. Peace to the hopeful elect of Israel. Double honors again to the apostles, the elders, the brethren, the great millstone, and all like-minded brothers who are preaching the truth all around the earth. Hey, just keep on pushing. I'm going to keep on pushing so long as the Lord give me strength. And, you know, Lord willing, you know, I'll bring another lesson real soon. And I want everybody out there to be encouraged, all right? No matter what your learning capacity is, you know, I don't want to get sidetracked, but some learn at a slower pace, and that's okay, okay? Some learn at a slower pace. Some, the understanding takes a little bit more time, but just be diligent, okay? Don't be slack, don't be slothful, right? Put your study time in, okay? You're supposed to study, all right? I don't have a comment board because I don't have no, you know, no 1,000 subscribers and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. I ain't doing this for no for no subscribers or for no fame or popularity. I'm not doing it for that. If one person hears me and that soul repents and comes back to the Most High, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter. It's not for me. I don't do this for me. Okay? I mean, I do it because it is what I'm supposed to do. Okay? I don't do it for anything other than that. To show my gratitude and to show my faithfulness to the Most High, to show that I'm thankful, you know, for that devil just had to run through my screen. Did you see that? There's a whole trail right here in front of me. That devil had to run behind me because she wanted to get in the shop. Slakia. But anyway, you know, I don't do it for any such thing as that, man. For no vain glory or nothing like that, man. I do it because I'm grateful to the Most High for waking me up. I'm grateful for the men. I'm grateful for the elders. I'm grateful for the elder brothers. I'm grateful for the apostles. I'm grateful that I found them, you know, or the Lord, as we say, you know, found me. But it came through YouTube. Who would have thunk it, as they used to say, right? Who would have imagined, you know? And it's just a thrill and a joy to be able to do a lesson, you know, that the Lord give you time to do it, and you hope that somebody hears the call, you know, and somebody of your nation repents, okay? And come back to the law, statutes, commands of the Most High God. Live your life as a holy person, right? To the best of your ability while you are in captivity. Do the very best you can, okay? All right? With that, I'm going to close out, and I'm going to say shalom, and I'll see you on the next lesson.